Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, subscribe. So today we are going to be talking about our vacuum community, and I just wanted to shed some light on our hobby and what it means to the people that create this content. Yeah, like, we know it's weird. You don't have to tell us or judge us. It's a very strange hobby. But we get a lot of questions, some hate, on what we do, and I just felt like we needed to have a video out there that kind of explains this community and this hobby. Also, this is a beginner's guide, so if you just discovered vacuuming, this might help you out a little bit. If you've been watching our channels and you've wanted to create videos, maybe this will help as well and encourage you to start producing content. So let's just hop right into it. So the first thing is why we do this. Personally, what vacuuming is for me is a form of therapy. When I'm upset or angry, I can get lost in creating different messes, using different vacuums, rugs, etc. I believe that creating a mess, then immediately cleaning it satisfies that chaos to order desire. There is also the ASMR, which is autonomous sensory meridian response aspect of it. The different materials offer different satisfying and relaxing sounds. Most of the people feel a sense of calm, relaxation. They're soothed by the sound of the vacuuming. Others find like carpet lines and cleaning of a mess oddly satisfying. Even vacuum white noise is used to calm babies because it simulates the sound of a womb. Personally, I always loved those vacuum infomercials. I used to scroll through the guide looking for them with my sister and I would sit there and watch them for hours. And when I was pregnant with my first daughter, which was almost 6 years ago, I broke 3 different vacuums because I was vacuuming so much. Like, I would vacuum, like, I'm not even kidding you, 5 times a day. And then I discovered some channels back then. There wasn't many on YouTube, and I would just fall asleep to them. I also have fun creating different messes to see what sounds I can produce. It is really fun and relaxing to me. It's just amazing. A lot of people, though, making, videos and content and watching content helps them with anxiety, depression, and helps them fall asleep. So there's a lot of personal reasons why people do these things, and it's not for any of us to judge. But pretty much sums up why we do this. Feel free to add your thoughts in the comments. So next we're gonna move on to terminology. If you don't quite understand the words we use, here's a little guide. The first one is agitation. This is the bouncing of materials on the carpet. Agitation forces debris embedded in the carpet to the surface. Strong vacuums will agitate materials visibly and violently. Next one is crunch. Crunchylicious. Any material that creates a loud, thunking sound. Fluffy. The balls of carpet fiber, fur, fuzz, lint, etc. Crispy. Gritty, crackly. Pretty much interchangeable. Small particles that create a softer crunch, i.e. sand, dirt, dust, rice, etc. Metallic, referring to any material inside a metal wand or coins. Thoop or thoopy. I started using that word because it's the only way I could describe the sound produced in the hose when it sucks up fluff. Clunky, large materials that produce loud sounds in the brush roll or hose. In my videos in particular, like the big ass beads and coins are clunky. Plasticky, the sound a material makes against thick plastic. The thick bitsel plastic head and brush roll housing creates a loud plastic sound with crunch. Another example is the shark rotator crevice tool. You can see Kay Vax, she does really incredible shark rotator crevice tool sounds, and they're delicious. Please comment your thoughts and feelings on videos. Don't be negative. feedback, suggestions, tips, and help is one of the best parts of having a comment section. We all try to lift one another and show as much love as we can. So now we're going to move on to materials. We all use a variety of materials that make the sounds we want to capture. I suggest getting a big plastic bin from Office Depot or organization bin. Personally, I have a Crunch Mix, Pretty Mix, separate coin slot, and I separate my fluff. So, coins. Pennies are the best since they are thicker than dimes and they give off a louder sound. Quarters and nickels aren't usually vacuum friendly, but Bissels in particular can handle them pretty well and sound amazing. Coins will give you the best crunch. If you're looking for a loud, clunky, amazing, in-your-face crunch, coins. The next thing that we use is fluff. Everyone's fluff differs in color, material, and sounds. This makes a satisfying, almost thick noise in the hose. The thooping sound of something large and soft being sucked up, basically. Crunch. There's so much that I could put here. You can use just about anything, honestly. Typically, crunch will include beads of different sizes and shapes, pebbles, rocks, dog food. That's from Jazz. Her crunch is incredible, and she uses dog food. Buttons, rock salt, etc. Crisp. To get a nice crispy effect, you could use sequins, confetti, glitter, and grit. Check out Donna's videos and Lindsay's videos. They have really crispy good stuff. Also, Little Mama's crispy fluff and her grittiness. Food. The food that we use, beans, noodles, and pasta are crunchy and safe to use. Please do not ask us to put food in our dirt. We often get asked to use gummy worms, candies, etc. But no one wants to grind sugar into their carpet. Like, don't get me wrong, it sounds insanely great, but it's just unsanitary. Paper, cardstock, cardboard. This creates a beautiful sound and works best, in my opinion, with a crevice tool. I do believe Nikki B has been doing some cardstock videos that are amazing. So the next one is fine dirt, soft crunch. Carpet powder, glitter, dirt, dust, standard grit, sand, etc. This all makes a soft, delicate sound. So it's almost like you can hear every piece, like every little tiny little particle going through, typically the hose. Cotton balls, pom-poms, cotton, etc. Huge, big thwoops. Little Mama does cotton in her brush roll, and it's freaking amazing. Also, Just in Time did some cotton balls earlier this week, and they sounded great. Anyways, those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. You can try anything, though. It's fun to experiment and find what is your favorite sound and then produce what you want to. And for beginners, a great beginner crunch mix, you could try coins, dog food, beads, rock salt, sequins, and beads. I said beads twice. But yeah, coins, dog food, really big clunky sounds, and then the rock salt and sequins give you that crunch and crisp. So, and then beads are relatively crunchy, but they're more crispy to me. Okay, moving on to carpets, rugs, flooring. So this is obviously the material that you'll be, or the surface that you'll be vacuuming on. So I want to start off with grooming and carpet lines because some people seem to be confused by that and why they're so satisfying. These are the lines in a carpet left after vacuuming. One pass forward pushes all the dirt and debris up, it agitates it, and then the pass backward pulls all that dirt out and sucks it into the bin. And what it leaves behind is what the brush roll. Basically, it combs, it grooms the carpet. Vacuum Test made an incredible video about how to get these, so I suggest that you check that out because she's so freaking intelligent. She explains it very well. So next is hardwood, tile, hard flooring, wood floors, etc. Most vacuums don't work well on hardwood. Therefore, you're not going to see like a ton of videos with them. However, any Shark Duo, Dysons, there are some like Mealy, like the canister bag vacuum, stuff like that, can do very well and make a very satisfying, unique crunch. Low pile carpet. Lower pile carpet just means that the fibers are typically shorter. I think that it's best for crunch, and because it's closer to hardwood, and the crunch doesn't get like all stuck in the fibers. So I think it makes really, really great crunchy sounds. But it is difficult to create carpet lines with a low pile carpet. And high pile, medium high pile, carpet is, the fibers of this carpeting are longer and they're typically thicker and more dense. They're the best for carpet lines and hitting crunch. Jazz, Lovely Kiki, and Vacuum Test, just that I can think of off the top of my head, have amazing, like, thick carpet in their houses. So they always have beautiful carpet lines because of it. But it is difficult to clean, really get down deep into a high pile carpet and get the embedded dirt and debris. Shag rugs, like my pink shag rug, like Donna's gray shag rug. Very thick, high pile, dense rugs. They create beautiful carpet lines. I think they make the best carpet lines, it's my opinion. And the crevice tool in particular, when you push it across and you can see all the fibers, because they're long enough, getting sucked into the hose, it's just amazing. So satisfying. So, and there are outdoor rugs. These are low pile rugs that are meant to catch dirt, obviously, before you go into a house. They're not typically the best for tests. Like, they're pretty much flat and they don't vacuum well. And then car interiors, obviously. Just sometimes, some of us record us vacuuming out our car, and that can be satisfying. So everyone has different carpeting and rugs. I just suggest that you find, a rug that you love and use it often or every time for your tests. V for Vax, she has this beautiful gray rug that creates these gorgeous lines, this yummy crunch. I think that's pretty much all she uses, and I'm living for it. It's amazing. Alright, so next we're going to talk about vacuum styles. Everyone has their own unique individual way of creating content. Some creators are known for specific things, and here I'll illustrate some types for you. To begin with, brush roll. Like, brush roll action is the crunchiest, clunkiest, fastest way of vacuuming. You can do this in a variety of ways. By just regular vacuuming, like, or up close. Up close brush roll is when the camera is like really close to the carpet and the vacuum is front and center. Using fluff, you can watch the material go into the brush roll and get sucked up, which is incredible thwoops. Amazingness. I love brush roll action. Up close crunch offers your best sound and is satisfying to watch. Little Mama created this phenomenon. She called it stepping on the pile, but I don't think anybody had ever put the camera there and got an angle in the way that she did, which is pretty cool. Now, the beginning of all of this is mess test. A small to medium-sized test with either fluff, crunch, specific materials, etc., usually covering a rug or area of carpet. So it's not going to be like this huge test. That's the next one, torture test. It's just like a smaller... It's just... a smaller test that, it shows off a specific sound, pretty much. Next are torture tests. These are huge mess tests. They're meant to torture the vacuum and see how well it can perform under stress. So it's meant to be humongous. It's meant to, you just really go in with the vacuuming. Go as fast as you want, whatever. Or you can go slow. There's some people that do that as well. but it's just meant to see like how much a vacuum can take. And it's also typically super duper mega crunchy and wonderful. You can check out Killa K. She does amazing torture tests, and I just love them. Natural vacuuming. This is old school vacuuming, typically for daily cleaning, cleaning after tests, and carpet lines. It's just vacuuming as normal people vacuum. It's extremely relaxing, and it can be used to help aid sleep. Just the constant back and forth sounds of the vacuum, like the motor going forward and backward and all of that, the exhaust, all of that. It's the white noise, essentially, is what you get with that. And fast vacuuming. Obviously, it's just vacuuming very quickly, usually over a giant pile of crunch. You just vacuum faster than a normal person vacuums, and you get a really good crunchy sound. And it also can show how well a vacuum performs under pressure too. It can show like how great the suction is. So I don't think I created this. I think I might have been the first person that wrapped the mic around the cord in order to, wrapped the mic around like a crevice tool or a hose to get a really intense sound. I don't know if I was the one that separated fluff and crunch at first, but I remember doing it and feeling like it was a novel idea. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to sound like a total D-bag. But there are, even more styles, because as I said, every person brings something different and special to the table. Just find your style, find what you like and you're interested in, put it out there. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna love it. 10 times out of 10, let's get real. Moving on to tools and attachments. Tools are the attachments that come with the vacuum or are purchased separately. Each one creates their own personal sound and effect and are used for specific reasons. A crevice tool is the skinny attachment used for cracks and crevices. They are usually always offered with any vacuum you buy and produce some of the best sounds. Crevice tools come in a variety of sizes and shapes, therefore everyone can work differently and make different sounds. For example, my Hoover crevice is like extremely skinny, barely anything fits inside of there. Whereas my Shark crevice is my biggest crevice tool, and it can take anything, pretty much, almost. They work beautifully and best with crunch, although you can also make gorgeous sounds with the fluff as well. Used against thick carpet fibers, like I said with the shag rug, it produces a really relaxing sound. And next up is a turbo tool, which I did not know how to use for the longest time. It is a motorized tool. Some are motorized on their own, others are just powered by the suction of the vacuum. And it's similar to a tiny vacuum and used like an upholstery tool. It can be used on mattresses. It's great. It sounds so good with fluff, but it will clog with bigger crunch. Like anything that's over the size of, I can't even tell you, a grain of rice. I don't even think you can handle rice. And now we're on to upholstery tool. These also come in a wide variety of sizes and styles. For example, Sweetness BXO has a flat upholstery tool that is incredible. And then you can see the difference between a Hoover and a Shark crevice tool. Upholstery tool, like how I have. It's typically used for stairs, furniture, car interiors, obviously upholstery. And these tools funnel the suction and create like intense, beautiful sounds. And next we have the hose extender. This is the long tube usually provided with the vacuum. Like I do believe every Bissell comes with one. They're used for obviously higher up places or places you can't reach, and it can enhance the sound of the hose on its own, or it can be used in conjunction with most tools. So you can use it with a crevice tool to add length, but also create a better sound. Next up is hose. It's it's not necessarily a tool, but the hose is obviously the long tube that comes from the vacuum, and it's used to clean piles or across carpet to get just the maximum amount of suction you'll get it out of a hose directly, clearly. Okay, so dusting brush. It is a coarse or soft fibered brush, usually attaches to the upholstery tool or wand. It is not typically given in all vacuums. Used to suck dust off surfaces. We don't commonly use it in our community because it's just a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. And it doesn't really do much with fluff or crunch. So it is great though for when you're cleaning your house. A ceiling fan brush. This is not a common item. Typically you'd have to purchase this separately. It's a bent tool, kind of like a 90-degree angle or 45-degree angle, depends, with a wand to reach ceiling fans. And I don't think I've ever really seen anybody yeah, I have seen a couple people have made videos with them, but for the most part it's not commonly used. Next up is a wand. It is the plastic or metal wand used to extend the reach of the vacuum, and it can produce the best metallic or plasticky sounds. Like, oh my god. Most sharks have a metal wand that detaches that you can use. Dyson as well, and it is just amazing. Pair with a crevice and upholstery tool. If you can use the wand on its own, obviously, but if you give it those, the sound is just insane. And but it does typically fit on all attachments. Next up is a pet groomer. I don't know if any of us in the community have it, but I just threw it in there. It's a comb used in combination with a vacuum to groom pets and remove fur. So you can essentially vacuum your dog. But anyways, tools can be used to make magnificent sounds as well as making it easy to clean certain messes. I find it fun to experiment with tools, different tools and materials to see what I can create. It's a very creative outlet. It's a lot of fun. Any hose with a tool will provide maximum suction. Additional tools can be purchased on Amazon or the manufacturer's website, so you can get a Bissell or Shark Ninja, blah blah blah. Go to their website and buy crap for your vacuum. So now we're on to vacuums. There are so many different vacuum types and brands, and I know I didn't list all of them, but I tried my best. So I'm just gonna show this up on the screen, and then you can read through them if you want. But yeah, those are just, the first portion is about different types. So you have an upright, compact, bagged, canister, hardwood, a sweeper, carpet cleaners, handheld, stick and cordless, robotic, and a central vacuum system. But yeah, you can just read through that. Alright, and now the vacuums we love. There's quite a selection of vacuums on our channels, ranging from upright to bagged, canister, and stick. And here are some of our favorite brands. So Bissells, you can never go wrong with a Bissell. The majority of the community owns one, as they are absolute tanks. They can handle just about anything you throw at them, create the best brush roll crunch, in my opinion. There's nothing better than Bissell brush roll. All-time fave. Make gorgeous lines, clean fairly deeply, and are all around magnificent vacuums. Plus, they are the cheapest you can get, but you get the biggest bang for your buck as well. Like, we've joked about how Bissell should be selling them for a lot more than they do. But anyways, you can read through all the rest of the vacuums, choose whatever vacuum that you want. There's so many brands out there, and look through everyone's videos and see which ones that you like and which ones you want to get, what sound you enjoy, what you think cleans the best. And also look into filtration. There are different filtration systems, like a sealed system like sharks have, or there's HEPA filtration like how Hoovers and Dysons have. So it's really all up to you. But in my opinion, the top champs are Bissell, Shark, and Hoover. if you have something unique, just share it with us. Now on to the do's and don'ts. Obviously, this is the internet and everyone is entitled to their opinion. However, there are some things that we would really rather not do, and others we are overjoyed to do. So there's some things like you probably shouldn't say, and other things that, you know, we'd love to hear from. So we're going to start with the don'ts. Do not ask us to vacuum our feet, body parts, clothing items, or toys. We aren't stupid. Clearly, you're just being disgusting, and your fetish can be fulfilled elsewhere, I'm sure. That's just, I mean, it's just gross. In conjunction with that, don't request us to vacuum in nylons, stockings, heels, etc. This is not a sexual thing for us, and no one appreciates that you're trying to turn it into something sexual, to fetishize vacuuming. We're not about it. Most of us are either married or in a relationship, so don't do that, or you're gonna get an absolute earful. Don't request us to vacuum food, Legos, or etc. unless we already do. Some vacuum channels do Legos or food. Those items can break or damage the vacuums. Or the carpets. So, like I said, food, ground in, it's not cool. Can attract bugs, all that bad stuff. Please don't hate on us. Don't send us any hate, negativity, rude, or sexual comments. We're just living our best lives. We're just doing what makes us happy. It's weird, but we're not hurting anybody. So please don't talk about how we are dumping dirt back into our carpets and the air, blah, blah, blah. Like, we've heard it all. We know. We don't care. Do not try to parent. I've seen some comments and they get removed or deleted, or that person, unfortunately, will get harassed. Because the majority of the women here don't allow their children around their messes, or they sift through the dirt like I do. Like, I am so anal about sifting dirt out. All of my crunch is basically just crunch material, and the same goes for the fluff. There's hardly any actual dirt or dust or dander in it. But either way, a little dirt won't hurt, and your opinion is unwanted and not valuable. We don't care what you have to say, just don't say it. And please don't request something and then complain or not thank the person that made it for you. It's just rude, disrespectful. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to put time into something and then not get any appreciation out of it, or have you complain about it. But one of the biggest ones too, aside from the weird sexual stuff, is we know we can damage our vacuums and carpets. Like, those things are completely replaceable, and it's worth the enjoyment of our hobby. So you don't have to tell us that we might break our vacuum, or we might, hurt our carpet or whatever. Like, they're just material objects. They can be replaced. So on to the positives, the do's. Please leave comments. We are all love here, and those comments keep us going. They uplift us, they encourage us, and make us want to continue making content. Please subscribe, like, watch, and share all the channels and videos, or whatever you can. Even if you are shy or unable to comment, a sub is worth a million words, trust me. Requests. We love making individualized and personal videos, especially if you are going through a hard time or you really enjoy something. Sometimes we as creators get into a rut of vacuuming, or we feel like we're in a rut, even if we are producing great content. I'm talking to all you girls out there. So yeah, a request, like, it's fun, it's enjoyable to do. Please make your own channel and start filming. With every channel, our family grows, and it provides even more relaxation and fun for the rest of us. We strive to create a positive and supportive environment, and that's what part of this video is. We all love each other. We're all friends. It's grown into this really incredible thing, and we want you to be a part of it, especially if you enjoy it just as much as we do. So please join the Facebook or Instagram group chat. The majority of contact is through the Facebook chat, where we do requests, give and receive advice, drop selfies, and so much more. We talk about everything on there, and it's all good. Go to Complicate's page for the information. She is the one that started it, and she can add you. She's an admin and all that good stuff. So, on to our story. I believe our community began with a few people, like 5+ years ago. Some creators started off making videos reviewing and torturing vacuums. I don't, in the list below, really have any of those people because they don't interact with us as much, or if at all. But, so, yeah, it started off as reviewing and torturing vacuums. And others would just film, like, natural vacuuming, like natural dirt queen and vacuum tests. They would just make videos about vacuuming. But over time, some people started making lo-fi small mess tests or throwing crunch onto the carpet. It started off very slow, and then now it's turned into like this crazy thing where I have to explain everything in a video. But from there, this community had turned into a safe, friendly, amazing family. We fulfill requests, purchase vacuums and materials for each other, give positive feedback and tips, help each other in our times of need, and so much more. Honestly, I love my girls and guys. It's mostly just girls though. It's mostly women. The majority of what is considered, quote, our family are the women, and some of the guys, of course, like I just said, that make mess tests, natural vacuuming, and do requests. Those people interact with, their commenters and other creators. So there is a community of vacuum reviewers and carpet cleaner, but we support one another from afar. These videos, both creating and watching, help some of us with depression, anxiety, and sleep disorders, as I mentioned before. Others just find them soothing and satisfying, and some even experience ASMR. I just wanted to reiterate that. And yes, we have a weird hobby, but at the end of the day, we're not hurting anybody, and we are all truly friends. As strange as it is, it's an indescribable feeling knowing you share a common interest with so many people, especially something as weird and outlandish as this. When you find somebody else that does it, you're like, oh my gosh. And not only does it, but takes it to another level. You're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I can't believe anybody else likes this. It still blows my mind to this day that there are so many vacuum channels and that people love it as much as I do. So here I have all of the channels listed below. So please go and find them on YouTube, subscribe to them, watch their channel or watch their videos, fall in love with them like I have. Now I have some that I refer to as the OGs. Those are the originals. So these are all the people that originally started doing this. They were the pioneers of this movement. So I'll be listing them first. But if I forget you, please tell me so I can add your name in the description or do a part 2 video. I did my best. I went over it with everybody in the chat and emails to other people and whatnot to make sure I got everyone's names, but I was hoping that I did. So there's a list of OGs, the originals, that have been doing it for a couple years. I listed the Crunch Queens and Kings. Those are the crunchy, you'll find the best, most intense crunch in those videos. The natural Queens and Kings, they make the majority of very soft, gorgeous, relaxing, natural videos, or they're just vacuuming and it's great. Those are the sleepy time people. So the mess test Queens and Kings, they typically do huge mess tests, clean it all up, do even more mess tests. They just torture the crap out of their vacuums. So the Crunch Queens and Kings and Mess Test Queens and Kings could be almost interchangeable in the way that they are. And then I listed the all-around Queens and Kings. These are just people that do everything. I mean, everyone does everything, but they're really well-rounded, where they're good at all this stuff. They mix up the variety and whatnot. Not that everyone else doesn't. They're just not known for one specific thing. So there's a list of people. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the Tool Queens and Kings too. Sorry. yeah, those are the people that they mainly do like crevice action, upholstery, that kind of stuff. And those are the ones to go to if you want a good crevice video or turbo video or something. They also do a mix of other stuff. All these people, everybody on here does quite a mix of different things. It's pretty much everyone's all well-rounded, but I've tried to put what everyone is good at and known for. And I want to give a special shout out to Janelle. She's always been a constant pillar of support in our community. She does nothing but shower everyone with love. She doesn't make videos yet, not yet. Hopefully one day. But she is so sweet. She comments on like everybody's videos. You are awesome. To summarize this, I hope that with this video, it provided you some insight on into the ever-growing YouTube vacuum community. If you feel compelled to start making videos, make sure to comment on someone's to let us know, or join the Facebook group chat. But that's pretty much it. I hope I answered some questions, cleared some stuff up for you. I may have been wrong on some of the vacuums, like canister, bag, blah, 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 but, just do your thing. Just research, do what you want to do, start your channel, comment on here, whatever. But we love our weird little village. And this video is dedicated to Country Princess 97. She is one of the original creators. She made videos a while back. If you go subscribe to her or just watch her videos, make a playlist or something. Unfortunately, she did pass away, and it was really sad. It's horrible. But she was one of the founders of our little community, and I just wanted to give her a little love, since all of this, she's the reason, or part of the reason why all of this is what it is now. So, rest in peace. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you, and I will see you guys, I guess, tomorrow.